Hello and welcome to my Runescape free flipping guide. And to start off, you're going to want between 5 and 15 mil, and if you don't have that money, then click on my channel, because there's a load of money making guides that can make between 1 mil per hour, so it won't take you too long to get started. As you can see on this account, I only have 42 mil, which I'm going to be using to show you how to flip. The chat that I'm going to be using is FlipChat 1 because it's the lower level chat and gives some lower level margins, so that's also very handy. Alright, let me just move my GE into the thing. There we go. Alright, so to start off, you're going to want to know how to find a margin to see what an item's buying and selling for. So I'm going to, you can't see what I'm searching, but we're just going to say rune item. We'll just so I rune two-hander. So you're going to put it for 10% over price, and this is how you're going to find the margin, and it's going to come through at 37,700. So you want to take a note of that. So 37,700, and then I know that that's the price that I bought it for, and then you want to put it for 10% under, and it will sell for 37,350. So obviously this would be a really bad margin because you're hardly making anything, but it's a margin. So with the 37,350, that's what you're going to want to buy the rune two-handers at. So I think they do get flipped by free to play. So rune two-hander. So I'm going to search this up, and I'm going to actually see if I can actually buy one. So 37,350. I'm going to put it up about 5 GP, just because, yeah. So I'm going to buy one of them. So one of them. So if this does come through, then I'll sell it for 37,700, which is going to make a profit of between 250 GP, which is not that bad. I mean, you're making money at the end of the day. So yeah, but you want to find bigger items, and you want to find mass items that you can flip. So next we need to get onto limits and how much of an item you can flip. So if I wanted to flip a Bando's chest plate, for example, I can only flip one every 4 hours, I believe. So I don't really want to be flipping that, unless, because you can't find the margin, because it will take you 4 hours to flip to find the margin, and it will take you, and then after you've got it, 4 hours later the margin will change, which means you've basically lost money finding the margin. So the god swords are a good one, because you can flip 10 of any god sword, I believe, in an hour. So I'm just going to find the Bando's god sword margin here. Okay, so the Bando's god swords are currently coming through for 1,511k. So we're just going to call that 100, and so 1.511741. So we want to keep that number down if you're going to be flipping, because you want to actually keep the money. And then so that they're coming through for mid price basically. So I'm going to sell this one, and it's going to sell for 1,492. So 1,492 500. So as you can see here, it's coming through for 1,492. So when I want to buy a Bando's god sword now, I can. You have to remember, you can only flip 9 god swords left, because that's all you've got. So they're coming through for 1,92500, which is that price. So I'm gonna put up a few GP, and I'm gonna buy about 5 of these, just to show that they do flip. So they're gonna be buying now. Obviously they're not buying straight away, because you're buying them for less, and what you're doing is you're exploiting people who are selling them for 5% under. So another item that you can do 10 of, which is for lower level money stacks, is the let me just find it, Saradomin sword. This is also a good one. You can flip 10 of these, but once you found the margin, you can only flip 9. So these are coming through for 835k, 184. So it's important to not forget these numbers. So I'm going to sell that then 5% under, and that's going to give, and I can see that they're buying for 809, so 809,939. So I know to buy them at basically 810. So Sarah, just find it. Sarah Domain Sword. Okay, so they're buying at just over mid price, and they're actually selling for more. So the margin on this might change. 810k. I want to buy them for, and I want to buy 9 because that's what I've got left to flip. So as you can see, I've got my offers in here. I'm going to get rid of this rune 2H. That was just for the purpose of demonstrating. So you can flip stuff like runes, and I think runes have a 25k cap on how many you can flip per hour, and that's not really that profitable, because if you're going to do a death rune, for example, here you've got a death rune, and the margins of it are, so this death rune's buying for 95 each, and they're selling for and they're selling for 94. So for each 25k of these you flip per hour, you're only going to make 1 GP, so it's not really worth it. But there's a load of other stuff you can do, and one of my Banished God Swords have just bought, so I want to take one of them straight away and I want to put it straight in. But if you're just doing this on the side of doing something else whilst you're playing RuneScape, then that's fine. You just want to make sure you don't leave the items too long, otherwise your margins will be all messed up, because you'll leave them in the GE and you won't know what's what. So on this here, I'm making about, I think it's 20k, just close to about 20k on that one. So they're pretty good. So I'm flipping 5, so that's about 100k profit on them. And on these, I'm going to be making about 25k, and I'm flipping 9 of them. So that's pretty good money as well. So basically, flipping is basically finding the margins and making sure that you know what item you're flipping. So if you go into this flip chat 1, there'll be people who tell you the margins of what you need to buy, basically. So I'm going to bring my chat into the screen now. So here you can see they're talking about some items. So this person said Warrior Ring, 356k selling price. But if you go up, then they're just saying that the items and the price they're selling for. So they'll say it in code, so like BCP is Banner's chestplate, obviously, and if you don't know any of what the items are, then you're just gonna have to try and work it out, or well, it should be like the letters of the first name, or like a shortened term for it. So this is quite a good chat, because you're making quite a bit of money on this one. And I think the other chat is for Nex, and so this is Nex and SS for Nex and Spirit Shields. So this one I'd recommend at least 30-40 mil to go into it, because you can get some Spirit Shields for about well, the cheapest one's about 3 mil, isn't it? So as you can see, my Banner's God Sword is also just sold, so that's an easy 20k profit on that. And if you let me get rid of the G. So if you look here, it's actually, they're talking about Divine Spirit Shields and Divine 48. So there's higher friend chats for whatever you're going to flip. So, but if you're starting out, then I would try using flip chat 1. But if you're just starting and you want to try and do it yourself, then you can always find the margins yourself. And I believe Frost Dragon Bones, you can flip 1,000 of these every 4 hours, and they're rising and they're going up loads because there's no bots anymore. So these are an easy flip every every 4 hours, just flipping 999 of these, because you waste one doing the margins. And if you see, that's 17,192. So I'm just gonna show you Frost 17,192. But this is one of them things where you're gonna need money to make money. So another Banner's Godsword has just bought, so I'm gonna sell that one straight back in to the 1,511. So put that just one under. And my Saruman sword is bought, so I'm gonna sell that straight back in for 835k. Oh, I didn't even type that. 835k. Oh my god, what am I doing? One. It's this one. 835k. Alright. So that will sell there. And as you can see, Frost Dragon Bones, I've already bought 206. And sell these straight back in. So I usually flip about 3 items at a time, because then you always got a GE space for selling and buying that item, if that makes sense. So 17,369, 17,3, I'm not even typing, 17,368. I'm just gonna go 1 GP lower and check that none of these offers are coming through. So I've just bought another Sarah sword now, so I'm not gonna bought that offer, but if I get more, then I'm gonna stack the offers up. So I've got my calculator here, and I'm just gonna see how much money you can actually make. 369 times, take away 17, 192 equals. So off these Frost Dragons, I'm going to be making 177 GP per one, and that's going to give me 176k for every 4 hours. But as you can see, they buy really fast and they do actually sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause my screen, and I'm going to come back when I've got all of these items, just to show that they do actually buy and sell. So thank you, and I'll be back when they are done. So it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, that all my offers are actually come through. So I've made quite a bit of money off the Frost Dragons, the Banner's Godswords. I've made about 100k, and this Banner Godsword has just brought, so I'm going to sell that back for the Sarah swords are buying slowly, but they are making a bit of a profit. So yeah, it's all in all, it's a pretty good flip-in. So remember to buy your margins, to find your margins and actually write them down, and that's okay. Also, when you're using some of the friend chats, you don't really want to be undercutting people, because that just makes the margins really small for everyone, and then no one makes any money. So it's important that you just stick to the prices and make it fair, and everyone can make some money off it. Because if you're going to undercut someone 10k, then someone might do the same, which is going to undercut 20k, and then at the end of the day, you're not going to make any money, and no one else is going to make any money. So yep, thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, then please like the video, and if you want to see more from my channel, then subscribe. And if you want to know anything else about the topic, then please comment below. So thanks for watching, MrBennyill.